you must have a feeling, understand people the way you look at them, say, well, he's okay today. Today I can push him harder. Today I have to give this guy a break. But the warm-up is the same for everyone, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes to a specific part of the class, which the teaching, I divide the group in small groups. Sometimes it's not a group, it's one person. It's not ready for that. So, Andrea, can you take care of the girl there? Go bring her to the corner and show her this and this, that. Okay, this group come here now. We're gonna do this.
Nice.
So separate someone from the group. Is not ready for this. So go have some specific training there. Maybe he's hurt. Maybe he's coming back from injury. Maybe, he's a very beginner. Maybe he's a black belt, very, very good, but it's going there. That teaching, instead of that, go roll with this guy for half an hour. Just give him some rolling. He's coming back. So give him some nice rolling. So that's a way, if you went to X Gym, to my classes there, I had sometimes on the mat 70 or 80 people on the mat. I had 3-4 classes running at the same time.
A arte sempre fez parte da minha vida. Talvez o primeiro grande sinal tenha vindo através da música. Alguns anos depois do design, a fotografia, a arquitetura, a moda, um universo profissional riquíssimo em cultura, comportamento e conhecimento. Como surfista, kitesurfista e lutador, aprendi que o esporte vai muito além da competição. O mar, o vento, a montanha são os elementos da natureza que me movem, me conectam com a minha verdadeira essência. Eu acredito que devemos agradecer a tudo que temos e cultivar nossas amizades, pois é um dos maiores valores que temos na vida. Tudo é energia. Vamos celebrar a arte de viver. O Pura Connection é mais um projeto de vida que trago ídolos, referências, mestres e amigos que fiz durante essa intensa jornada. Uma verdadeira conexão humana com o propósito de espalhar visões, experiências e mensagens positivas para o mundo. Master Sylvio Behring.
Thank you.
Always an honor to be with you. We already made 2 podcasts. It was exceptional. And I recently had a talk with your father also. Great master. It was incredible. And now we are doing in English because I think we can spread this message around the world. So thank you for your time, for your confidence, and your energy.
Thank you, because for me, the opportunity to speak in English, I can reach my group outside Brazil, not just outside Brazil, English speaking worldwide, Canada, United States, in Middle Eastern, and in Africa. The guys that I have, they don't speak Portuguese, so everything I do in Portuguese, they cannot have any benefit from that. So speaking English make it easier for these people to know, have some words from myself and understand what we do here.
Yeah. How did you get there, like to the world? What was the beginning of your Jiu-Jitsu going to other countries?
Yeah, interesting because first place I went was to Canada. And that was a guy that came from Canada. In the beginning, everybody was coming to Brazil, searching for Jiu-Jitsu and going back and trying to make it happen. Yeah. Very few guys outside. So that was the guy. This guy, he came to my father's, heard about my father, went there, and my father sent him to me. It was Bob McRoberts from Winnipeg, Canada. So Bob went to my club in the middle of the summer, with a bunch of blue belts from Canada. Tough guys, very good fighters, but no basics, no foundation there. and they really enjoyed my way to teach, and they brought me to Canada in '96. In the beginning, it was pretty tough. Wasn't easy.
I
Going
imagine.
overseas, we spent like a month or weeks to make, a few $100 there, and that was, what was. This guy brought me to the east, to Toronto, and in Toronto, I found a very good friend there. Sha Franco was a white belt, beginner, but a world champion in karate, very famous, this guy's a genius in the martial arts. And some other karate associations. And I had a very good approach. Instead of beat them up and show the jiu-jitsu was better than what they did, I was bringing the progressive system through the approach was, if you fall on the ground, how are you going to stand up? Show me. And they didn't know. They were trying to find out and bringing on their individual skills, but not anything solid. And I was showing how to stand up properly, how to keep distance, how to play safe, and if the person gets closer, how to play guard and how to have somebody in your guard and have to deal with that. So introducing Jiu-Jitsu through the self-defense approach.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like that was a piece of cake, easy, because they had nothing, and everybody started to love it. And so the way to teach progressively, for karate guys especially, was makes sense, because a progressive guard and as a system is like a kata.
Yeah.
And they loved that. But it was easier for them to have understanding over step by step from here to here to here to here to here. So I started to do that and was very successful. So I had, in the beginning wasn't easy, wasn't a good money.
Why? Why wasn't it easy?
Because man, I had to stay. We didn't have money for a hotel, so I had to stay in the basement, in the club, sleeping on the mats, or sleeping in someone's house, which is not, it's not. Sometimes okay, but people that you don't know have to stay in someone else's house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have, your freedom, your privacy. So took a while, to have, get there in the airport, rent a car, and from the car go to the hotel, have everything set up properly. Was pretty difficult, and had to spend 2-3 weeks to compensate the payment there. So that was. And sometimes, middle of the I spent winters in Canada, man, and the winter in Canada is not. In the beginning, I was overdressing, and then I started to learn that overdressing is not a good idea, because in the winter you feel sweat, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna freeze.
Exactly.
But that was tough, but was something that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that challenge.
Yeah, I think there was a faith, or you believed a lot in Jiu-Jitsu, and your passion, your energy, all of that was maybe very important.
Yeah, and I didn't have an association. I didn't have this mindset for association. I have people associated with me. I was myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I was having some kind of partnership or relationship as an instructor and students. And that was very fragile, was not solid, so I did no guarantee if the money will be there, how much it will be. I never knew, but I got some excellent opportunities. Like, we are going to Mexico for 2 weeks, and we invite you for teach one class in the morning, make like $2,000 and stay in a. So some things were really nice, some good opportunities, but the consistency wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Was opportunities here and there, and after a long time, I started '96. In 2015,
Wow.
I had association, because 2010. I had like 10 clubs in the East Coast and maybe 7-8 clubs in Alberta, because they are provinces, not states. And Winnipeg, two or three people there teaching. So it was more. I was going more often. I started to go in 2000 every 6 months. I started to make a little more strategically periodic visits to make it easier for me. And I went to United States in '99, but 2000 I got deported from United States, so I couldn't go there.
You got deported?
Yeah.
Why?
Man, I was I was illegally working there. So when I got to the airport, they checked me out. Somebody asked me the question, and I answered. I didn't lie. And it was good for me because I didn't get deported. They didn't let me in. But next year was the 7th, September 11th. So that was a big mess for a while.
Yeah.
They interrupted anybody that had any issue with the immigration could not apply for a visa. It took me 10 years. In 2010 was the time I could go back to the United States. Even if when I was training in X Gym and Anderson Silva was fighting overseas, he was inviting me to go with him. I couldn't go to the United States. He asked for my visa once there, and they asked him to have a P5, which is a very expensive visa. And it was not worth it to do it. So I waited until 2010. And 2010, I got from the Olympic Committee in Brazil a letter, asking the consulate to consider give me a visa as a coach for the national team for grappling. And that was the way I found to get back to the United States. But they gave me a visa for 1 week.
1 week?
1 week. But no ineligibility. So I could not be stopped on the border. They had to let me in, but I had to get out in 1 week. And I did. When I got back to Brazil, I applied for a new visa, boom, and then everything went well, no problem. But for Canada, I still, from '96, I never had a refused visa. I always had a good relationship with the immigration, with the border there. And so the guys from the United States were going to Canada. When I was going to Canada, some guys from the United States, they went to go and see me there. So I still had a good relationship with the guys in the United States. When I got back in 2010 to the United States, I had 6 guys, brown belts, waiting for black belt tests. That was, so I had a team. And that was something that I had to manage with, a lot of trust with the guy there that was leading the group. He did a good job. And my father was funny because I had some invitations in the United States and that I couldn't make. So I said, guys, I cannot do it, but my father can do it. So what happened? My father took over the guys that I had, applying to have some kind of relationship with me. My father took the lead, and man, come on, I lost it. There's no way to compete with my father, man. He's amazing.
He's incredible, yeah.
And the way he put on there, that was great.
Fala, galera. São mais de 30 anos de jiu-jitsu, 25 anos competindo em alto nível. Hoje trago para você, em português, pro Brasil, a guarda diamante. Tá na hora de evoluir, resistir à pressão e se transformar na melhor versão de você mesmo. Ouça.
But it was funny because in Puerto Rico, I got an invitation to go to Puerto Rico, which is a good team from my father there. The first time, because I had some videos that I did with Pedro Carvalho in Cucamonga Ranch in California. And those videos had, one of the sets had setups. And I got remember, it was email. I got an email from a guy, Jorge Santiago. And Jorge sent me email, asked me, oh, I have your video here, blah, 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 blah. But I want to use one of your techniques here. Can you guide me? Can I do this? So through the email, he will go to compete next week or something like that. So I sent him this strategy, how to apply that technique. And he did really well there. He could do it. So it was a email, coaching by email, someone that I never saw before. And I didn't know what was his game. But the way he said he was enjoying some techniques, I said, you could use this one this way, blah, 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 and worked. And this guy said, I want you to come here to Puerto Rico. I could not go. I sent my father there, Puerto Rico, had an association with the Master Flavio Behring. And that was like that. The consistency going there every 6 months. So a lot of people start to see, this guy's solid. He's coming here. He and I always make on time. Myself, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a carioca guy that don't make on time. I make on time. You came at 6 o'clock. I'll be there at 5:30.
Incredible.
So that's that was something that was different, and from the impression they had from Brazilians, saying, those Brazilians, cariocas, man, you cannot trust those guys. Sorry, I forgot it. No, man, I'll be there before the time, and every time that I did it was very professional. So my responsibility, my professionalism brought me to a lot of trust from a lot of people, and I got amazing group of fighters as well, under some good guys that God gave me the chance to have as representatives there. So now in Canada I have an East Coast. I don't know exactly now because they already opened 2 more clubs there, but I think 6 clubs in the Toronto area there, and in Port Elgin and Kincardine. And on the west in Alberta we have 16 clubs.
16.
Yeah, under Arashido, which is a karate association. But they have 20 clubs at Arashido, and 16 of those clubs have Jiu-Jitsu, so it's Arashido Behring.
Very nice. You told a little bit about the progressive system.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about your system?
Yeah, the idea was Master Alvaro for me is a perfect package. My father is amazing, but my father wasn't my teacher. He was my mentor. He was bringing me for here and there. You're gonna train with this guy, train with this guy. He was working with marketing.
Yeah.
That was his life. Very few people know that my father brought triathlon to Brazil.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, my father had, was his vision. He was a visionary. He was a guy ahead of his time. But my grandfather was a marketing man, publicitary. My father was as well. I believe I have some skills for that as well, but no, me and my brother, we went straight to Jiu-Jitsu, 100% Jiu-Jitsu. But Master Alvaro was the perfect package, the perfect guy. Always his approach for each student was a perfect partnership. And we know the key for progression is a good partner. If you have a good partner, you're going to progress faster. If you have a good partner as instructor that put a hand on you and ask the question properly, you will progress faster. And Master Alvaro was always the guy who was asking physical questions as self-defense or just any technique with a perfect approach. So he could adapt himself for a kid, a woman, big guy, higher belt, lower belt, whatever. He was always the perfect partner. So I was watching him doing that, say, man, this is the best way. But the way he used to warm up his students in the private classes, he always invite me to be on the side to use me when was necessary. Most of the time I was just watching, but sometimes he would put me in to guide me through some things to do with his students. The progression he was putting on to warm up the students make a lot of sense. So start from far, come closer, walk around, block here, block there, blah, blah, get closer, go in the guard. So that way I started to see that progression could be used in everything. I should use the progression on stand-up self-defense, on my approach for, throws, for everything I will put on a class. I'll have to have a zero, a start line, and how to progress through that from the easiest to the most complex.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because in self-defense, I had to change that for some techniques because the easiest is the most aggressive. So the most damage, like if somebody rear naked choke, defense from stand up, the first defense, boom, throw on the ground, man. That's the impact on the ground can be deadly. And so I had to change for all the kind of progression, not from the easiest to the hardest, but from the most safe to the most aggressive reaction. So, but it's still always the same way. I look for, man, if this is more simple and this is more complex, this comes first, I'm going to be progressive going this way. And my teaching in my classes, I always was covering, and I'm still doing that, covering the same position all the way to the most complex and the combinations. And I remember when I remember what the age was that, but I had a map, a big map that would like guard, and then how to get the guard, from the guard, sweeps, submissions, and then submissions, chokes, arm bars, and the sweeps, and then close guard, open guard, and all this, and the arrows coming this way, going this way. So, and I know my son have that now.
Oh,
he
yeah?
didn't have the mental map, which I think that's very, very smart. You put on the paper your knowledge there. So what's my game? And then after a while, I saw, man, I have a lot of things that I have on my mind that I can use. And most things that I cannot use, I still can teach. I know how to do it. So it's here. It's in my knowledge. So sometimes maybe it's not my specialty. I'm not going to be using that when I have to fight somebody, higher level that give me hard time. But I can teach it. So it's not good for me, maybe, but it's good for you. So I can cover your necessities, and deal with a large group of students individually. So even I have 100 students on the mats, take care of you the way you need, and this guy the way he needs, or this girl, or that old guy, or whatever. So my approach for my students was very individual, even in the large groups, which I believe that was part of the success of the work. And I could prove that through that partnership, through this progressive approach, as a system, as a methodology, the improvement, the development from each student was faster. And I was building the jokers on the group, so I knew that you can do that with everyone. I don't mind it. I see somebody coming from the door, I know who can go and be a partner, a good partner for that person. I don't even need to know how this person does, what's the personality, what the necessity, but I have some people that I can fit perfectly for that. But I was trying to build this kind of character on the mats, that people that could help me to, go for anybody and fit perfectly as a perfect partner. And that was the goal. And that way, besides become good instructors, besides become good professors, those guys are very good fighters, because, man, if I can be a good partner for you, rolling with you the way you need, I can adjust my game to your game. Come on. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be more rounded. I can predict mistakes. And if you make a mistake, I have to correct physically. And if you do the mistake, I will see. But anybody do the same mistake, I will see. So it can be in a fight, can be in a rolling session, can be in a class. So that was, I believe that approach helped me a lot. And I don't put anybody on a cast. So you have to teach this way. No. This is the purpose that I have. Do you understand it? Play your way, but make sure you cover the foundation. So yesterday I was hearing I don't remember who was saying that. Oh, Sensei Ricardo Leite with my father and their podcast. And Sensei Ricardo Leite was talking about the progressive system and was perfect the way he defined it. He said, Master Sylvio have a way, is a language, like talk Jiu-Jitsu as a language.
Yeah.
So is an adaptation for the language, preserving the essence of Jiu-Jitsu. So that, I believe that was a good definition. So I have my interpretation of the language, Jiu-Jitsu, but the idea is to preserve the self-defense, the techniques, the basic techniques, the foundations there.
It's very nice the way you think and the way, because I think there are some challenges there, right? The first one, maybe, you talked about when you have a big group of students and you have to pass some concepts and make everyone understand. I think it's very challenging. I have a small dojo here, and for me it's already challenging. And I can see, I have this perception that maybe this guy needs something different from this one. But how can I give a class that I cannot give to all of them, the same kind of jiu-jitsu, and all of them can absorb it?
Yeah, I believe the way I do, the way I like to do it. I warm up everybody the same way. Maybe not everyone. Maybe you get there and I see you stressed and say, André, go, put your gi as a pillow there. Go take a break. Just don't think anything. Sleep for half an hour and I will talk to you later. So you have to have this kind of, feeling. Understand that guy's not. It's not the day for rolling. Maybe gonna be dangerous. So you feel it. So, you're gonna take a break today. Hey, you go back home today. You're not gonna train. So you must have a feeling. Understand people the way you look at them. Say, well, he's okay today. Yeah. Today I can push him harder. Today I have to give this guy a break. But the warm up is the same for everyone, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes to a specific part of the class, which the teaching, I divide the group in small groups. Sometimes it's not a group; it's one person. It's not ready for that. So, André, can you take care of the girl there? Go bring her to the corner and show her this and this, that. Okay, this group come here now. We're gonna do this.
Nice.
So separate someone from the group. Is not ready for this, so go have some specific training there. Maybe he's hurt, maybe he's coming back from injury, maybe is a very beginner, maybe he's a black belt, very, very good, but it's going there, that teaching, and instead of that, go roll with this guy for half an hour. Just give him some rolling. He's coming back, so give him some nice rolling. So that's a way, if you went to X Gym, to my classes there, I had sometimes on the mats 70 or 80 people on the mats. I had 3-4 classes running at the same time. Hey, this group here, you go there with this guy here, you're going to do this. You this here. Bye-bye. So I always have, and X Gym was funny because the mats were not regular, was not square or rectangle, was like very, because I said, you guys go to the kitchen. You guys go to the living room. You guys stay here. So So it was, they knew. Sometimes I put the belt on the ground
And divided the areas.
with the belt, whatever you have there, as to give a limit. Some people are going to be rolling. Some people are going to be doing this. Some people are going to be a beginning technique or just escapes or that. And then I have a guy who is a champion. I'm taking care of this guy, preparing him for a big competition, and he's in the group. What am I gonna do? Oh, for you come here. You're gonna do this, and I start to give this guy specific, attention for the goal that we have. So that kind of but one point about this, that, for me, I believe is like a computer. I see the match, and boom, you, boom, boom. I believe I do really good with that. But if anybody step out of the mats without ask me, when I look around, say something's missing here. Where was that guy that I was supposed to be there? Oh, he went to the bush. Man, okay, come on, don't do that, man. If you have to leave, you talk to me because, man, my mind is working, with the setup that I did. So if I have 70 people in the match, man, if one guy's missing, it's like a domino. Everything gonna change.
I learned a lot with you. We had some time together, but not so much time together. But I think it was always very profound. And this kind of principle or concept, I took to me, and today is very important for me.
Yes.
And I think I have this sensibility to scan and see if the guy is sitting in some kind of way that is not good. I'll call his attention, because it is very when you are focused on that kind of concept or principle, it changes everything, and you give importance for it, for this, that that if we put this on our daily class, is very important to each of the students in life,
Exactly.
because we are talking about posture, we're talking about presence, we're talking about important things that Jiu-Jitsu gives to you, right?
Exactly. And I have been learning a lot, man. When I start, it's funny because I see my videos from 96, 95, 2000, and I say, man, I would pay push-ups for myself today a lot if this guy was in my class. If myself 96 would be in my class today, we'll be paying push-ups. And I changed some things. Nobody pays push-ups for me anymore. I pay with you, but we're gonna pay, and I'm gonna thank you. So one, thank you, Andrea. Two, thank you, Andrea. So we pay together because it's good for everyone. And instead of be a punishment, it's a funny way to put everybody together. So it was funny that 2 weeks ago in Porto Alegre, I was grading a group like 120 people on the mats. It was a large group, and this kid, he couldn't make the kids grading. Is a great kid, Brian. And Brian came to the. He was late, but he had a reason to be late. He was in some class thing in the school there, so couldn't make on time. He got there 10 minutes after start. So he came to me, Master, and somebody brought him. Brian came late because he was doing this. I say, no problem. You know how it works, man. You have all the reason. Hey, guys, paro, stop. Okay, guys. Brian here, was in the class solving something. So he have all reason to be late. But we have a ritual. We have a rule. So we're going to... And somebody said, hey, it's his birthday. Oh, his birthday? Okay, guys, let's go push-ups. And happy birthday to you. Happy. And it isn't on in video, so it was really nice. Everybody was happy, laughing. We paid like 20 push-ups, and Brian was happy, having fun with that. So So the things about not put the hands on the hips, don't cross the arms, don't sit wrong. I believe that helps the retention. Like you said, it's more attention. If I have more attention with myself,
Yeah.
I'm aware with myself, my position, my posture. I'm more aware with everything around me as well.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
It was a training for life, like you said. Because a lot of people say, "Man, come on, that's a pain in the ass. Come on, you're gonna be. Oh, come on, you cannot do this, cannot do that." No. It's just a strategy. For self-defense makes sense. You're gonna put hands on the hips. If somebody approach you, you're gonna bring your
I
guard
always
up.
say that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yesterday I saw we received a student from other academy here, and he said with the hands, and I told him exactly that. So those are things that I learned, and I bring it to my life, right? Because it's really important.
And it's funny because hands on the hips is good. It's not bad. It's good for posture. If you have a student, with some lack of self-confidence, ask the student to put their hands on the hips, chest up, chin up, and walk around for 5 minutes. That will have some really good effect, mental effect, going to help build confidence. This is chemical. That's a part of the teaching aspect, the didactics. That's one thing that I believe I have. The natural ability, but physical education helped me to put some size on it. I'm not just natural ability. I had the best instructors I could have. So the examples that I have in my life, Master João Alberto Barreto, Master Alvaro Barreto, the instructors and people who were helping there, my father, Sylvio Mehdi, and Elcio Gama, and everybody who was helping, all those guys around them, the best students my brother, which Marcelo was an amazing partner for me, man, was more challenging than anybody could be. I believe that helped me a lot to grow my teaching skills, develop that. And I always was looking for something that I could add. So bringing Kempo, like when Rickson brought,
Biogymnastics.
Yeah, biogymnastics there, and that was, I said that this is something that I have to search as well. Let's look. So making some exchanging with Ricardo Leite, with Aikido, when I had a chance. Okay, because man, I had a podcast that, really good podcast that I was talking about the Gracie self-defense system.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that was built to fight non-fighters. Most of the aggressions are stupid, but it's a beautiful system as leverage, as posture, and the way they put together. Everything's science there. If you do a good self-defense, you understand science, you understand leverage, you understand how to position yourself, you understand how to react properly. But a lot of people misunderstood, saying, "Oh, he's talking bad about the self-defense." No, not talking bad. But self-defense is not going to be the most important thing for me to defend myself. I have to train myself. So very few people understand that from the beginning, all those guys, inclusive Maeda, they did capoeira, boxing, wrestling, catch wrestling. You have to be a rounded fighter. You have to go after knowledge.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not on your system there. It's outside. So you have to research with other people, understand things, watch people doing it.
Yeah, and you can go even beyond, and because we have certain aggressions like knife aggression or with a gun that it's kind of hard to, if you don't manage the thing in your day, you don't understand it, right?
Like Rickson. What was the most important thing Rickson developed on his skills, on his teaching and everything was breathing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was not about fighting. It was about how to breathe properly.
Yeah.
and put it together. It's not wasn't just a concept or no. It's practical.
Yeah.
You do this way. If you do this, you breathe this way. If you do this, you breathe this way. And exercise for breathing. How can you control your breath? How you can breathe properly under stress, under intense training. In a cold water, and for all kind of possibilities. How you breathe? I remember I had one situation in Canada, man. I was in a hot tub after a tough day, of grading and everything. I was in a hot tub, and I fell asleep in a hot tub. I don't drink, I don't drink. I had one beer, and that was enough for me to, okay. So, and I fell asleep in the hot tub, and everybody left. I believe I was there for more than half an hour, so I dehydrated. And then when I started to dream I was dying, and that brought me back. And it was enough to say, man, I had to get out of this pool. So I was getting out, crawling, and I didn't fall in the beginning. Got a towel, looked the couch, fell on the couch, and started to puke. And they called the paramedics for myself. I was dying there, man. I was having some strokes, some crazy reactions. People think he's gonna die. The paramedics came, but I knew. They bring me to the hospital. I didn't have the insurance, health insurance. That was very irresponsible, guys. Every time you travel, please make sure you have a travel insurance. You're gonna need it, maybe.
I just went to Hawaii without one.
Yeah,
stayed like 20 days there. Always almost a month. Without any insurance.
Yeah, but man, from the day you leave, and like 3-4 days after you come back, always play safe. Don't do that just for exactly time you're traveling. Extend your insurance a little longer, because anything can happen. So they talked to me. Well, you gonna go to the ambulance? No. I will stay. No, man. So they took my blood pressure was really bad. They said, man, you know what? We have to bring you right now, man. You're dying, man. So, okay, give me 5 minutes. He said, man, I'm going to check you in 2 minutes. If your blood pressure is still the same, we're going to bring you to the hospital. You understand? Say, yes, please. So I start to breathe. Accelerate my heartbeat, and under control. Start to breathe. So I found the rhythm and start to make pa, pa, pa. They checked me out, was just enough. They said, okay, sign here. So I signed it, they left. I was okay. Next day, 6 in the morning, I was stand up doing another grading, so everything was okay. I survived. But was the breathing part, was that, I'm not a specialist, but I had enough instruction to work to be practical, to make that work for myself when it was needed.
Nice. So
I believe that, those kind of things that are beyond the technique, beyond the fighting skills, beyond that is almost more spiritual, more, like the Gracie diet.
Mm-hmm.
Or any kind of diet that you put yourself under that can make you feel better, can make you think faster, react faster, or just really feel better. That would be great. So it's not the answers are not just on the fighting, but everything around it.
Yeah, very nice. The importance of how to breathe. That looks like a simple thing that we do naturally, but the technique, and maybe when you notice that the breathing make a lot of impact on your body, on your system, on your emotional system, we have to focus on that, right?
Oh, yeah, and for that, if I'm not a specialist, I have to ask someone to come and help.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I believe a lot of people are, I don't know if they are selfish or they're feeling threatened by some other people who have different knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that you can surround yourself from a lot of good people that, you know, that they are not black belts, but they have some knowledge they can bring on the match and help somehow.
Yeah.
And not just that. Now for the business is the same aspect. Like when I talk about the SBA, in the beginning, like I said, I didn't have association, man. It was myself and that's it. So Sylvio Behring. One day, you know, with JJGF, Carlinhos Gama called me and said, man, we need to have yourself here somehow, your group here. So why you're okay that I put here Sylvio Behring Association? I said, yes, I'm okay with that. It's no problem. I said, okay, but I need a symbol. I need a trademark. So I called Eduardo Escobar, Dudu. I said, Dudu, man, we need a trademark right now, man, to give to the JJF. And he did it. Like in a couple of minutes, it was done. And I sent to Carlinhos. And then we had the Sylvio Behring Association there. But it was just a formality. But that brought me to a different level of understanding, man. Now I need to put everybody on the Sylvio Behring Association.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't ready for the business aspect, man. I'm good instructor. I'm good on the mats. I'm the show guy there. But for business administration, man, that wasn't my thing. But I cannot use that as an excuse to don't be successful. Then when I get older, saying, "Oh, I'm still poor, but you know what? I'm very good and I'm just not good in business." No, man, come on. He's not good in business. Who is?
Yeah. Call someone
and hire someone. Make it happen. And so I got some offers, some proposals before, but I wasn't ready for that. And one day when Adriana, my wife, she came to my life and she saw it. She said, "Man, you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of people, you know, under yourself, man. You don't have any structure, man. Let me help you to build it." So she had the idea to build, you know, a franchise thing. They're not ready. I'm organic, so those guys are not going to change. It's funny because then we didn't do anything for advertising or ask people to come in. Oh, be a part of the Sylvio Behring Association, man. It was pretty, you know, low profile there, but we have 75 clubs now. And then this year, I decided to stop. I don't accept anybody as the way it is. But I'm not going to change the way it is for these people who is in. Mm-hmm. But anybody who want to come and join SBA from now will have to come through the franchise system. Which I think that a lot of people made a mistake to try to change from the beginning the founders and bring them to another level, so change all the partnership. No, I'm not going to change it.
It's hard to do that,
And you know what? It is a maturity. Most of them the one thing good, man, my clubs worldwide, the people that are under myself, they are growing. Like I said about Archidor, from 16 clubs, man, I don't know how many, but most of them, the majority, is packed, waiting list. In the south of Brazil, they're packed, waiting list, and and everywhere. The people were with a few students here and there. They start to have consider good number of students right now. So we did grow a lot.
Nice.
And which is really good. So the system helps. Yes, it helps for sure. Make easier teaching, easier learning. Mm-hmm. You believe in it, you're gonna have fun with that. But it's about with that kind of relationships is about the freedom, man. You know, you're affiliated with SBA. You have freedom to have your own trademark. You know, you're just gonna have, what's your club? Well, my club is Pura, but what's your team? My team is SBA. So as long as we understand that, everything is good. And I go to every one of them. So I travel like crazy. I don't stop, man. Each club, our club have 5 students, I'll be there. Oh, it's my investment. It's my investment, but it's done. I cannot do any more with more people. It's not healthy. Mm-hmm. Not healthy for myself. Travel so much. It's not healthy for my relationships as well.
Yeah.
traveling so much.
But have you start to play with any other academy in the new format?
No.
No.
The people are in.
Mm-hmm.
They will stay with the same format. We're gonna offer. You wanna
From now on.
Yeah.
From now on.
Yeah. You wanna change from the way you are, because what happened? What brought us for this decision was in Mexico. Last year we had one affiliation that came before the pandemic and went through all those years as the only one affiliation. And when I went there last year, investing, I said, man, you don't have the budget to bring me there, but I will pay my ticket. I will go there to see, your work. And I like the work. The guy did a lot of good work. He have the visual guidebook. He followed the line properly. When I left, we had 7 clubs. And I said, you know what? It's better right now, pull the brakes, because we have, man, and Jesse Richardson in the East Coast, Canada, doing a great job there representing us. We have Arashido, Mike Ackley, Chris Bondi, and their partners there doing a great job with Arashido, exclusive for their association in Alberta. We have Sam Brown taking care of SBA USA. Have Hector Chicati in Mexico. We have now Ricaramburu in Costa Rica. We have our groups in Brazil spread from Brasília, Bahia, Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, Espírito Santo, Santa Catarina, Paraná, and Rio Grande do Sul. Rio Grande do Sul is huge.
Why do you think Rio Grande do Sul is huge?
Because I went the same time I went to Canada, I went to Porto Alegre, 96. And I went to Porto Alegre to train Márcio Coleta, specific to bring him to be a world champion. That was my goal in down the South Brazil. So what happened to me in the South Brazil, I got there as a coach, as someone who was training someone to become world champion. And I did it, not just him, but I brought a group to be world champions in the black belt. And we changed the scenario down the south with my presence there, because we had some competition with Walter Matos and Zé Mário Sperry, where they were leading 100% there. Was just them there, Sul Jiu-Jitsu. When I got there, we changed the picture. I said, now, man, we have a competition. So winner betting started to be a good competition. And Márcio did an amazing job there. His work is amazing. He's an excellent fighter, excellent instructor. And Márcio built a lot of good instructors, good professors there. So the group grew like crazy. So now we have, through that group, the original group, and not just that, guys who were from our group, like Mario Reis. Mario Reis have a huge group down the South as well. Maybe the same number that I have. I don't know. Márcio Coleta is under my father since 2000 something. I don't remember when, but it's with my father. We have a good group there. My group is a large group, and we have several other groups, like even Sul Jiu-Jitsu, Drill Jiu-Jitsu. They all came from one source, spread, and which is natural. What I'm trying to do is I let people spread. If it's from the organic part, it's no problem. We keep this way. But anybody from outside want to join us now, I'm sorry.
New format.
Yeah, new format. We're closed. Like I said, man, we are giving too much for very few bucks. The only thing we make sure they do properly is that every grading, I'm there. So I'm there. Why? Because I want to see people getting graded. I want to legitimize the grading with my presence there. Blast everyone that work and give some words and teach little classes, not large seminars or whatever. Man, I have a lot of good black belts. Why I have to go there and teach positions? I have to talk. I have to put out some things they don't have. For sure. Sometimes I put it in the Unappropriate Behavior Progressive Management, the PCI. In English is IBPM.
IBPM.
Yeah. Unappropriate Behavior Progressive Management. Man, this work is beautiful. There's another company that I have that bring me for amazing contracts. Jiu-Jitsu is part of it. Yes, it's part of it. But the key there is really train people to deal better with people, and work with the kids is amazing, man. I have been working with the kids now. The approach is every day, every time that I go for every 6 months, I change the subject. So the first semester was about bullying. So I had to defend someone who was getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids would step in and say, hey, leave him alone. Don't do this. Depending on the age, it was growing until the teenagers. For sure, the verbalization is different, the approach is different, but the technique is the same. And this second semester was about the fight that will start a fight, and they have to stop the fight before start. The fight in the soccer game. So you can, I'm gonna punch it, and getting, hey, no fights here, no fight. No, what? Come on, what are you doing? You gotta put yourself in the middle here. Yes, I already here. So not gonna have a fight. Oh, you're gonna fight for him? No, I don't want to fight for him. Nobody gonna fight here. Yeah, if I have to defend myself, I'll do it. But I'm sure I don't want to fight. He don't want to fight. So we have to apologize. Hey, man, apologize with him. I'm not gonna do it, man. You want to have a problem here? Come on, do the right thing. Apologize. So the kids have to do it. It's amazing.
This is amazing. And I had a little bit of that experience with you when I went to a workshop, I think. And you put some guys to act like in real life.
Exactly. Bring the scenario.
And this is very important.
Oh yeah.
And very rare also, because we keep training on a sportive, and it is more not light, but is we don't have to change ourselves a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
And when we put in a situation that we have, this is different for me. I'm a black belt, but how can I deal with that, right?
For that approach for appropriate behavior progressive management, and I bring that to, it was funny. I bring that worldwide, all different cultures. So I go to Middle Eastern, to Dubai, from Dubai to Canada to Mexico to Brazil, South of Brazil, North. Man, I was in Cipó, the Sertão Baiano from Bahia, the inland there. All from a city to city is a different approach. From club to club, the club here in Nova Iguaçu is not the same club that we have in Recreio.
This is very interesting, because the cultural code, it changes a lot, and sometimes you can't have the same approach, right?
Oh, that's the funny way. I have the same approach.
You have,
but I don't have the same feedback. I have different results. Like if you work with the kid, I'm not saying that all of them are the same, but majority in the South Zone of Rio de Janeiro. And I ask them to come and approach and have, you have to stop the fight. Don't let it happen. They will come and they will talk, blah blah. But the authority. As happens here and there, one kid or another kid, but you go to the Baixada Fluminense, those kids, they put themselves there and say, hey, now you say sorry right now. So it's different. When the kids come in, no, that's not okay. You have to say sorry. The kid, no, you say sorry right now. So it's kind of that they are more. They grow fast. I mean, they have to survive.
Yeah.
So they are not the same. No, and I try to make the same approach with everyone. So and the most interesting part is that my approach is not just for the kids. I want to make sure everybody was sitting outside and watching it get something from that. The father, the very mother, nice. the grandfather, the uncle, everyone there, the brother, sister, anybody who's outside must see what's going on in there and understand. Because if you cannot deny that you were there when somebody was giving instruction. Oh man, I'm there. I'm sitting there watching it. Man, I'm learning. I'm judging. I'm considering, but I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see my little boy, my little brother there, putting himself in a situation, because sometimes that happens. I one, then I say, okay, so you stand up, please. And I bring 3 or 4. So all 4 here go towards the other kid. We're going to beat you up. And one kid must defend the other kid and not let it happen. So how are you going to put himself there?
Yeah.
And I guide. What I do is funny because I say, okay, the other kids are sitting outside. I say, guys, you're going to prepare the claquete. So So you're gonna make the scene. So make something wrong. Parou. Get ready now. Okay. So you're gonna say yes. Say you're gonna put yourself in there. No. You say yes. Say yes. Yes, I will do it. I'm already here. Not gonna have a fight. Okay, do it again. Say, okay. You put yourself in here. Yes. I put myself here. Not gonna have a fight. Great. No, but you're gonna fight for him. Yes. No. Okay, back there. Everybody ready? Boom. Okay. You say no. I'm not gonna fight. Nobody gonna fight. But if I have to defend myself, I will say that. So I guide them through what they have to say. Make sure they learn the words, they learn the approach, what's right or wrong. Because when they say yes, I will fight, they say you're thinking right, but you're saying wrong. You gotta think like that. I like the way you think. You gotta be ready for a fight, but you're not gonna say that, because if you say that, he's a witness. What he gonna say? He came looking for a fight. He said yes, no. You're gonna say no. I don't want to fight. Nobody gonna fight. If I have to defend myself, I will. So that's okay. Well, you can keep just nobody gonna fight here. That's okay as well. So you can have a little freedom here and there. What you have to say. The mindset that I want is I will break you in the middle. That's it. I'm gonna kill you. That's a mindset. But I'm not gonna say that. And I'm gonna make sure that become a truth in my mind. You know, I feel like I can. And I always tell them the experience that I had with the priest. Okay, I was convincing the priest that I will give an appropriate behavior progressive management speech, a lecture, instead of self-defense. Say, man, I'm gonna look good. You know, a father. You know, give me a mataleão, and you know,
gonna throw him on the ground.
Yeah, no. So come on, so I asked them to put a hand on my shoulder. I said, "Can you take it off, please?" They said, "Yes." So I'll put the hand on my shoulder. Just take it off if I convince you. And it was funny because the priest that put the hand on my shoulder took me 6 minutes, André, to convince him. At the end, I was talking to him like this: "Father, please, it's Sylvio Behring here talking to you. Please take this hand off my shoulder." But during all the 6 minutes, I thought about headbutt him, punch him on the face, break his arm, throw him on the ground. All these maps were made on my mind. So I'm okay. My mind is working good. I have the files that I can reach anytime to anything that happens. So I'm thinking right, but I'm acting better. My mind's working to kill you, but I'm controlling that. And this mindset's important. If you don't have this mindset, something's wrong.
This is Jiu-Jitsu. It's when you really play Jiu-Jitsu in life, right? Because you have the control. You have, like you said, the weapons. You have the mindset. You have the control that is probably associated with your breathing also.
Exactly.
Like your emotional, your spiritual energy to control and see what is the better way of resolving the problem.
And, you know, I had one, and, you know, I'm blessed to have this kind of job, man, because I deal with so many, you know, amazing situations and circumstances. And a lot in the South, we had this group, and this kid, 2 years old, sitting there. He didn't want to be a part of the test. He didn't want to be a part of the class. But when I was doing that, he wanted to be a part. Hey, I do it. Yes, you can. So I put myself on my knees and say, okay. And so I brought his brother, who was 4 years old. Say, you're going to defend your brother. Hey, you kicked me on the soccer field. I'm going to fight you. No, you're not. Okay, you're going to put yourself in here? Yes. Okay, but you're going to fight for him? No, but I will defend him. Great, man. Excellent. Give me a hug. So if you have a 2 years old, start to understand that, you know, how to put yourself in. Because when I bring them in, okay, their base is not good. Come on, guys, fix your base. Don't put that and put your hand there. I want to put your eyes. Okay, defend, block. Okay, now you're ready. Bring your hands up. Oh, you're okay. So I correct the position. Before that, my last approach of the techniques, because I try to make a fast one. I don't want to, you know, 1 hour of instruction, talking about this, talking about that. Man, come on. That's what they want to hear. Is something specific that really can change the way they think or help them to, you know, make sure they understand what they're doing. if you want to change lives, technique is a tool for sure, but take a while. We
Yeah.
have to change the way they think.
Yeah.
Make sure they come on, or not the way they think, but the way they react to their emotions.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is like, for me, this is priceless. And the most important education that a kid or a person or the adult also can have, right?
Exactly. Sometimes when
The
I ask,
value of this is incredible.
exactly. Sometimes when I ask people that I know, some people will love the way we do that, and I ask them to give me a chance to teach a class. I don't like to do that to everyone. Most of the guys that are not ready to understand that. But when they see it, they say, wow. But they cannot do it. Even the instructor, sometimes I bring an instructor by my side, say, we're gonna go there, approach the kid. And the instructor comes, very aggressive, say, hey, you fired, get out. You're not a good actor, man. Here, I want the kid to succeed. If you come like that, aggressive like that, he have to elbow your face, have to kick you, punch you, give you a throw, take you down. What happened, man? Don't come like that. Don't come so aggressive. Sometimes, if the person is very aggressive, don't give me a chance to approach properly and control the situation. And I ask them, also, if that happens, you did everything right. You try to don't let the fight to happen. And then you have to defend yourself because the guy gets so aggressive. You have to take him down, control. Will be a problem for you. You're going to be in trouble. You say, no. Oh, yes, we will. And must be in trouble. Because if you fought, it's because something was wrong. But if you fought with all the reasons, you still have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody wins a fight.
Yeah.
If you were to go for competition, is a winner and a loser. Okay. In a street fight, everybody loses. You have to consider that. If you fight for your life, you fight to defend yourself, defend someone, you're doing the right thing, excellent. But deal with the consequences. So if you do it in school, go straight to the principal's office, sit there and say, what are you doing here? I had a fight and I just came here because I'm ready to deal with the consequences. Why? Because I did what I had to do. I had no choice. Come on, that's start to prepare yourself to when you get older and have to sit on a PD and talk to someone and justify your action. Because if you're a black belt, and I see that kid, white belt or yellow belt, as a future black belt, and if he fights as a black belt, you're gonna be in trouble, man. So how are you gonna go to the PD and sit in front of someone justify that you got intimidated? I got intimidated. Come on, you're a black belt.
Yeah.
Intimidated by who? That guy? He had no way to beat you. So considering the possibilities, make it, read the situation properly. The order, that's the same in English or Portuguese, the same. Observe, orient, decide, and act. You start to train in Jiu-Jitsu. This is something that we have to bring to the Jiu-Jitsu classes, Kira Gracie called me, a few weeks ago, asking me for a mentoring class about verbalization for kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that she don't get mad with me when I say that, because her situation was not with her students, with her kids. Said, I don't have a problem with my students, but I have problems at home. Come on, that's exactly what it is, man. So what's the exercise? But the kid say, hey, don't touch me, stay away. That's ridiculous, man. They're gonna make fun of me. But that's not the summer verbalization for every age. Mm-hmm. This is for 4, 5, 6 years old, kids. But the older kids, you change the verbalization. The words are different. The approach is different. It must be different. And depends where they are. What's the consequences? What's the consequences in a South Zone private school? Oh, principal's office, suspend, the expel, whatever. Yeah. But then, okay, what's the consequences in the community, Morro do Alemão?
Yeah, you can get killed.
Yeah, but who
or punishment with physical punishment, right?
Exactly. What's going to call your parents? I don't. What's the, so you have to understand the cultural aspect of what's the consequences. So I bring for most simple that I can. So I'm talking about that because I believe that is not an option, it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
We need a better world. In a better world, people have to learn how to talk to each other since the beginning when they're kids. So come as a white belt, I'm going to teach you how to fight. No, I'm going to teach you how to deal with people, man.
Nice.
Deal with your emotions. And I want to teach you like how to fight as well, for sure. But it's a fight for us is an exercise. It's exercise for my mind, for my body. So I learn strategies, blah, 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 boom, parou. Now talk. So, no, you got to talk, man. And very important, communication is not what I say. It's your feedback over what I want to make you understand.
And
so
this is hard because you have to transmit the message right. Not right. And what I think is right, maybe it's not what is right for you.
And that's these numbers are study. 7% is the verbal approach. 7% of the communication is what you say, the words you use. 7%. The other 90% is non-verbal and paraverbal communication. So the way you say it and the way your body communicates is 93%. So it doesn't matter what you say.
This brings the attention for what we were saying about the class and the posturing in class, posturing.
Exactly. So your posture, position, the way you communicate, the non-verbal communication is the highest. It's 55%. So what's paraverbal? The way I say it. The intonation, the commas, or whatever, the way I put my words on. But people need to understand the communication is not what I say, it's the feedback that I get from the other person or the group. When I'm talking to the group, what I want to see. Don't need to say anything to me. No, the way you give me the feedback, I see that you like what I'm saying. So when I call the attention for most of people, that's okay. That's my goal. I want to get attention from most of people, and I want to have the feedback from them. Sometimes not the feedback you like.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you need to be very strategic and know, man, maybe. It's funny because when we talk about verbal, a lot of people and the way we're talking here seems like we're just talking about talk. No, it's about write. You write me an email, write me a message.
Mm-hmm.
What you say there is the verbal approach. 7%. I can understand the way I don't maybe understand really bad. So the emojis.
Yeah.
Man.
Many interpretation.
Use the emojis, man. Then they're gonna give the emotion that you need to make someone understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So write properly because people lost it. You know that people lost it. They don't write, anymore. It's very wrong, man. So when you write something to someone, make sure when you write it, you put the emotions there, and read it again. And if you're mad, don't do it. But that's it, brother. You know what? For me, I want to say that the chance here to speak in English is a good exercise. I love that. And I just got, look at this. I was in Bahia and in Salvador for the grading there, and I had a seminar. And was this kid who was a student in Arashidor in Alberta from Sylvan Lake, a small city close to Red Deer. And he was there. He found out that I was teaching a class there. He went to the class. So this is a great opportunity to show how important it is to have a large, group worldwide that people travel, bring the gear under the arm. But so we have an SBA here. Yes, you have. So here. And the good thing, I was there. So. And I have pictures of this kid when he was very young with me. Now he's an orange belt, I think he's 13 years old. Sally is a good kid. But that's it, man. You know what? I believe that the opportunity to speak English here give those kids, my students who are overseas, to have a chance to hear from me a little more. You know, most of the things that I do is always in Portuguese. But one thing I told him when he got there, I said, "Hey, Sally, here I speak Portuguese."
Portuguese.
And there I speak English, but here I speak Portuguese.
Very nice. We are just on time for our class, and just one last question or vision of that I want to take from you is, what do you think about the future? Because you passed through some generations, right, in Jiu-Jitsu. You saw Jiu-Jitsu growing. And what is your conclusion about the future of Jiu-Jitsu?
Oof, that's a little...
That's
açaí. It's a little tricky because exactly what they asked me 2 days ago, what I was thinking about, people who don't do this or people do that, man. André, I don't care. I do what I have to do, and I do the best I can. I hope people do good there and do the way they should. But, man, I cannot... My mother used to say, you cannot ask for other people to have the same attitudes as yours.
exactly.
So I don't believe that I'm the guy doing it right here and there. I believe what I do. I have my standards, and I have faith that I'm doing good in Jiu-Jitsu. And if I wasn't, I should kill myself, because I started was 4 years old. I'm 61.
Yeah, and your father is I think he's very critical, right?
Oh yeah.
He's
Boy.
and he says that. He believes that Jiu-Jitsu is going to a wrong way, maybe, because it grew a lot.
Yeah, it's
And
going
people
wrong.
don't study or don't.
But it's going wrong way for some people. It's going very good way for other people.
Yeah.
I have hope. I see a lot of good people working with Jiu-Jitsu. Would give me a lot of hope.
Nice. Master, thank you again
Man.
for your energy. It's always an honor to be with you. And we made it in English. Finally.
It's done.
Yes.
Os